Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Welcome to Startup Bytes. We're going to wait around a few minutes for everybody to jump on, and then we're going to get started. Talk about
Morning.
ads. We have Hans back for round two. I kind of like this, like the back-to-backs. Last week, the OG Bjorfin joined me, so we're
Nice.
back at it, guys.
Good morning. He's a good one to have.
Yes, he's my bestie. We started by Bjorfin. Good morning, good morning. We're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to talk all about ads today.
That's what I do.
If you're running them now and nothing's coming from them, we have Hans here to tell you how to get it done.
Yeah, happy to share just some quick tips. If you're running them now or if you've never run, I'll share a couple quick tips with you guys. It'll be interesting. It'll help you guys out.
Perfect. Well, let's get started. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Startup Bytes. I'm Kenesha. I'm the program manager here at Startup Tucson. And today we have Hans from Cox Media. And we're going to be talking all about ads today, guys. Facebook ads, all the ads. Hans is going to give us all the information we need to run effective and efficient ads. So, Hans, please introduce yourself for round two.
Sure. My name is Hans Ray. I currently work for Cox Media in Tucson, Arizona, doing all kinds of video and digital advertising for various number of clients. Previously, I've worked for companies like Comcast and CenturyLink, doing similar types of marketing campaigns, and wanted to just to share a little bit with you guys today, some of the stuff that I know about and what I've done with particularly social media ads.
Perfect. Well, let's jump right into it because I know you have a lot of tips. So we're not going to count down from 5 to 1 because he has a ton of tips that we're going to cover during this time. So Hans, what's your first tip?
So first tip basically is know which type of ad you're going to start with. So there's basically three types of ads that you can do in the social media space. And that's what we're going to talk about specifically is Instagram and Facebook and the ads that you can do within the news feeds of those specific social media campaigns. So you can do a single video or image ad. You can do a carousel ad, or you can do a form fill ad. So the single ad is simply, I know you guys have seen it before, you're scrolling through your social media and you see an advertisement that's a still photo that has some text around it with a headline, a body of content that you can read, and then a button to push that can link you to either your Facebook page or to your website. These ads also come with video. So that same type of ad, you can place video in instead of a single picture and get your message across a little more. It costs literally about the same price if you were to run a video ad as it would to cost to run a display ad, a single ad. So my suggestion for folks, if you do have video, use your video to help use motion and sound to get people's attention to your ad and potentially click on it. The price is the same. And it really does increase the amount of interactivity that you have with your ad if you use a video versus just a still image. Now, I know getting good video can sometimes be difficult. There's lots of different software that you can use to do that yourself, or you can outsource that. But really, if you can, number one, use a video image instead of a still image, and it can make a lot of difference in the interaction that you have with your ad.
Perfect, guys. So he told you the 3 types of ads you have, but you should use video. Use video as much as you can. It is going to attract the people you need to attract in your business. All right.
Absolutely. And then so the second one, the carousel ad, I'm sure you've seen this before, is that you come down in your newsfeed and you see an ad, and you can swipe through that ad, and there's several images or videos that you can use. Now, this, you don't have to necessarily use this all the time, but this is really good if you want to show a process, or if, let's say, you do something with cooking and you want to show something from the beginning of, it starts out like this and ends up like this. It's a great way to tell a story of a process that happens from beginning to end. You can show something being manufactured. You can show multiple examples of somebody wearing clothing or doing specific exercises. Whatever you're trying to get them to do, a carousel ad is a great way in multiple images to be able to tell your story a little bit differently. Now, it is a little more expensive to run with Facebook, that carousel ad. But if you have a story to tell, it is a really great way to use multiple images or multiple videos that get people even more engaged in what you're doing.
I like that. I like the fact that you can tell the story and bring people in with that
Right.
ad. So you're kind of hitting them on the head twice with telling your
Yes.
story and selling them the thing, but you're bringing them back to where you want them to be.
And sometimes you whatever you're trying to sell or whatever you're trying to promote may be a little more complex than just one image can show. So the carousel ad, I think, is a great way to tell, like you said, tell the story and get more engagement because you have more options to use. And then the other one is the form fill. So a form fill is if your ad, you can click through that ad and it actually asks the person for additional information, maybe contact information, maybe specific consumer information, something about your product or about that person that you want to use. So this is specifically for lead generation. If you have that type of business where you're trying to generate specific leads to call people back. So if you're an insurance company, maybe, or if you have some type of service in your business where you want to generate leads of people that are going through specific things in their life, they need insurance, they're getting a mortgage, they're specific things that they're doing. A form fill is a great way to capture that information and then reach back out to that person specifically, now knowing that they are interested in your product. Again, a little more expensive, but if you have that type of business, I suggest the form fill so that you can really qualify your customer.
It's that call to action, guys. Make sure your
Yep.
call to action works with what you do, not just what you see on the internet and everyone else is doing. So make sure you have that call to action that works with your business. What's the next one, Helen?
Right. Well, it is. I mean, it really is call to action. You nailed it perfectly. So making sure you have the right call to action within the text that you're using. So your headlines, you should use action verbs. You should write in a present tense. You should make sure that what you're communicating, the words, because you only have a specific number of words in your title and in your body of your content that you can use. And then the other thing is really the button that allows you to click through either to your Facebook page or to your website, whichever action you want them to take. But using action verbs within that, not just click here, but if it's about booking an appointment, put book now in that button. If it's about buying a product, put shop now. If it's about learning more specifically about your product to see if it's right for them, put learn more in that click button. If it's about you're promoting a movie theater or plays or concerts where there's specific shows, put get show times or buy tickets. Specific actions that you want those people to take within that click button so that they know what they're going to get when they move to the next piece, and they're encouraged to do so through the language that they use.
I like it. I think it's that when you do the call to action, tell them where to go, what to do, because that for them tells them, okay, do this. Even though like you see, oh, more information, but if you say get more information, it gives them that push to do it.
Yes, give them the action that you want them to take, and make sure that you know what that is before before they take that. And understand that you're influencing them through the language of the content itself, to make sure that you're reaching out to getting them to take the action that you want them to take, and knowing that you're promoting specifically, learn more, get a quote, and really using the language.
Well, what's your next one, Hans?
I think my next one honestly would be is the imaging itself, the images and the video that you use. Make sure the quality is really good. Make sure that the backgrounds and the pieces don't have clutter in them. You want to create it as simple as possible. If you look at some of the really good videos and pieces that are in social media right now, it's simple images. It's not busy backgrounds. It's not a lot of things happening that would make somebody, not capture their eye. When they're scrolling through their news feed, you want something that is really going to pop, but is simple for somebody to attach to or not. And if that image is too busy or that video is, too, I don't want to say glitchy, but, moves too quickly, you have something going every second, instead of maybe every 2 or 3 seconds in order to try to capture somebody, get them to understand what you're doing. You can do too much with your image. So really with the video and with the still images, the suggestion is just to make sure that it's a simple image, that it really portrays what you want. Not too many clashing colors, and not too much busyness going on that could cause people to just lose interest and move on.
Well, make sure your stuff is right on your page, guys, and make sure you have great photos, great videos that are going out there to attract the people you want to attract. What is your next tip, Hans?
Targeting, really just understanding who you're targeting. When you're using social media, you can target by geography, in areas around you, to get, specifically people that may be in, a 2 or 3 mile radius of your business location. You can target by zip code in order to make sure that you're getting those people. But you can also target by the interests and by the likes that people have within social media themselves. So if you want to go after people that are liking specific types of music, if you want to go after people that have interests in banking, who have interests in just about anything you can think of, those interests are then listed. Somebody that's interested in property, somebody that is interested in RVs, somebody that is interested in psychology. I mean, there's a list of about 7, 8 pages, hundreds of different interests that people have on Facebook that they have put down as an interest. And you can target those interests specifically. And also their likes. What are they liking on a regular basis? So that you can really break down who your customer is by the interest and the likes, not just where they live.
That targeting thing, last time it was geotagging. Today we're targeting interest. Make sure you guys are doing this, because I think you can kind of cross these over in some sort of way to make sure you're capturing both people from both platforms, correct?
Yes, correct. So with Instagram and with Facebook, the parameters are a little bit different as far as targeting, and also as far as the creative that you use, the number of characters that you use. But you can do both pretty similarly. I mean, the differences are just in that platform itself, but the targeting is very similar in those interests and in those things that they like. You could really target onto people that are very interested in something online, or have shown that they love furniture, you know what I mean, or they love graphic design, or whatever that big interest is of theirs. You can target those people, and it doesn't have to be geographic. You could target everybody on Facebook with that very specific targeting, if you know your specific targeting and know that specific person that you want to go after.
Perfect. Well, what's your next tip?
I think my final tip, honestly, is if you're having trouble, reach out for help. It sounds so simple, but honestly, I think that people try to grind through a lot of this themselves, and there are tips and tricks online that you can go and take a look at. You can also use Facebook and Instagram has a help service that you can ask questions about and make sure that you're targeting correctly and doing the right things. Don't be afraid to ask for help and reach out within the community. I mean, like you're doing right now with this video, right? Trying to learn more and help understand it. There's a lot of resources out there for help for people. And I think that it's important to remember you're not alone. You can ask for help and support, and it's out there for you. So if you're confused about how to get an account started, if you're not really sure if you need creative video, there's plenty of places that you can go on the internet to get inexpensive produced videos, websites that you can contract people to do those for you. There's a lot of different ways to go out there and get help. But the main thing is that if you are having trouble and you're not sure where to go, reach out within those communities, and you're going to find a lot of different resources that will be able to help you through how to get these ads and make them as successful as they can be.
Perfect. Well, we have a little time, and Andrew has a question, and so does Startup Tucson. How do you choose to prioritize shop now or learn more?
I think if you're a transactional product, shop now is like they've liked it. It's a $19.95 product that they can buy directly through your website, or maybe through your Amazon selling site. You can point them in that direction, and they're ready to buy. I think learn more is really more about professional services. It's about personal services, understanding if you're going to sign somebody up for some type of program that is, multiple sessions with someone. I think that people in those situations want to learn more, and that's just not a sign up now or purchase now. You really need to learn more about that. So between, you really just decided, is this a transactional product, or is this more of a service that I need to explain? I think that could be the difference in how what language you want to use when people are clicking through.
Perfect. Thank you. And Andrew says, where is the likes targeting list? He wants to know where he can find a list. It's the interest, Andrew, the interest that your people have, right? So what they're interested in, you want to target it for your business. Is that right?
Yes. And you can go, you can see all the different interests that are on Facebook. If you go on there and look at interests, there's a number of different categories that you can choose from, that individuals can choose from when they are, setting up their profile on Facebook. Those interests are targetable. So you can actually target people by those. So you can look within your Facebook account yourself, go into the interests section and see all the different interests that you can tell people that you have, that you're interested in, and you can target by those parameters.
Perfect. Hans, can you give us a quick review of all the things you went over today? Just a bullet.
Sure. Number one, make sure the type of ad that you're doing, whether it's a image, a video, a carousel, or a form fill. I think that's all important to make sure that you know which one you want to use based on the story you want to tell. And again, use video whenever you possibly can. Is always a good idea. Want to make sure that your call to actions and your buttons are, telling people to apply now, book now, buy now, giving them action verbs, and making sure that you're encouraging them to move on with those pieces. And then the targeting, making sure that not only if you need to target by geography, you can do that, but you can also target by the interests and the likes. And then if you're not getting what you need, ask for help. There's lots of help out there and support that can really get you on track and make sure that your ads are being effective in driving the activity that you need.
Well, Hans, tell everyone how they can find you if they want to reach out, please.
Sure, you can email me. It's hans.rhey@coxmedia.com. You can send me an email. I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Perfect. Well, I am going to update you guys on what's going on today or next week at Startup Tucson. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm hoping that in the new year you can come back again to give them some more information on how to do these things that I think holds us back in our business that will help us go forward.
I'd love to. That'd be great. This is a constantly changing world. So in 2 months, there will be new stuff to talk about, and there will be new tactics to talk about. So it's a never-ending cycle, but I'd be happy to come back and talk more in 2021 about what's new and what's happening.
Perfect. Well, give me 1 second. Let me share with you guys what's going on. So not next week. We're taking next week off due to everything that's going on in the world. But we are coming back the following week with Don Wynn, and we're going to talk all about how he started his business. He is the founder of Knife Maker. We also have Action Advising on November 14th, guys, and that's with Brenton Elmore. And he's going to talk. He will work with you one-on-one with product development and user experience. You're going to want to go ahead and book that via the website. We also have Startup Labs one-on-one November 17th at 3 o'clock. If you guys are looking to start a business, grow a business, you're going to want to jump in and do that. It is also Global Entrepreneur Week, the week of November 17th. So we will have innovation economics and some other stuff going on throughout Arizona. So make sure you look at your newsletter or check in with us, and we will be updating you guys. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of Startup Bytes. You guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you not next week, but the following week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.